It is me, she, her. The caramel. How y'all doing? This is our Wednesday pop-in. Thank y'all for joining. Please hit the like as you enter. All right, let's go ahead and do my disclaimer so I don't forget, because y'all know once I start talking, baby, I'll be done forgot. Ain't no telling what fly about this mouth, honey, so we gotta be protected. Everything said in the video is alleged in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? Don't take none of this personal. It is my very own opinion, okay? Yeah. I had to turn my air up on high, you guys. I don't want my phone to overheat, trying to keep it cool up in here because I want to get this message out today. All right, so right up on some little information here. Shout out, let me say this first. Shout out to Anthony Lofty's for doing his good footwork, honey. With his friend he talked about on his live. I didn't get a chance to finish watching. I watched the majority of it. I think that was some great work. With him and old Bugs, honey, from Huntsville, Alabama, honey, that was talking about Tisha and Martell and them defrauding him. I said, listen, that right there, honey, like, I don't know why people keep doing business with them. I'm gonna just say this. For those of you that did a chance to watch the video, shout out to Anthony Lofty's again. Go on over there and watch it. My God, there's a whole bunch of stuff Tisha and them is involved in. Tisha, a lot of people keep saying, oh, Tisha's so quiet. Tisha she helps orchestrate the mess as well. Okay, he had his receipts over there. The guy that was violated by them, well, not violated, that was defrauded by them, actually came on the live and actually spoke on it as well. So they're gonna wind up getting their asses locked up if they continue in the bullshit they doing. I ain't gonna cover the story because that's Anthony Lofty's story to tell. I did get a chance to watch a part of it, like I said, and it doesn't shock me, nor does it surprise me. Okay. And what I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes doesn't shock or surprise me as well. Again, thank y'all for being here. For those of you that are in the building, honey, it's 170. Please go ahead and hit that like as you enter. Okay. I might have to get a little deep on y'all a little bit as I had a little downtime, so I had to put together my poppy and some stuff that I kind of ran across. Now, it was said and alleged that during the time that Martell was taking money from Melody, y'all know that he was shoveling it over to his side chicks. The one side chick that he was giving, I guess, the most money to was Ariane. It's said and alleged that Ariane's car notes were being sent to Martell and Tisha's house, okay? And they were holding on to the mail and information that was supposed to go to like things that he was paying for Ariane so that Melody would not see it. I can believe that. I can believe that. He did not want that stuff coming to the house. And of course, I already did a live where I talked about Martell actually loaning one of his cars to Ariane when her car broke down, and actually going to take her car to the repair place to get fixed because Martell could not be there. He had to be home so that Melody would not know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Or he wouldn't be caught somewhere he was not supposed to be. He couldn't say, oh, I was at the gym or whatever. He was supposed to be home. So Martell was helping him cheat with Ariane. So it's said and alleged that during the time that Ariane's car, because that car kept breaking down. They had a lot of issues with that car. It was a used BMW at that. So they put probably more money into the damn car than it was worth. But so they were saying that the car notes and information to the car, like insurance and all that, was going to Tisha and them's house. So Tisha knew about this situation with Martell and with Martell and Ariane way prior. So when she brought that situation up, sitting at the table with Melody as her get back, she was waiting to say that for quite some time. She was waiting for Melody to piss her off and put her in a situation for her to be able to blurt that out. She already knew about it because the mail was coming to her house with this car. She knew about it. So Tisha, for you to hop your ass online and say that you don't like side chicks, you very much so like them because you protect them, ma'am. Yeah. It on your body, Tisha. My apologies, guys. I'm over here by the airport, so yeah, the connection is always horrible by the damn airport. Y'all forgive me. The video was kind of doing this little reconnecting BS. Anyway, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by the freaking internet, Tisha and old Fraudso, like I was saying, I done changed his name from Martell to Fraudso. That's what I'm gonna have to start calling y'all. Fraudso. Mr. running around whispering, asking people for $100 because y'all broke asses. Out here frauding people. Tisha and y'all got some pending karma coming to y'all asses for all the stuff that y'all continue to do to people. That's why y'all keep getting sued. This is why y'all asses keep getting sued, Tisha and Fraud So over there. Tisha is the fraud secretary to Fraud So. He put the plan together and she helped orchestrate it because she's supposed to be the brains behind everything. He ain't that smart. So that's why he need her. That's why she ain't going nowhere. That's why he won't go and divorce her yet. Because she helps orchestrate the fraud. She's the fraud secretary. Going to get him coffee while he orchestrate the fraud plans. Y'all saw it in the episode. Let me go get you. What kind of coffee do you like? How much sugar do you want in your coffee? Coffee with a P. Sit your ass down in here. Tisha, Letitia May and Fraud said. Woo! Now, let me tell y'all this. Let's talk about this revenge P. Let me get off them a little bit, then I'm gonna circle back. We're gonna spin the block back on their asses here in a minute. I ain't done with y'all. I ain't done with you, Tisha, and your white Easter shoes that you had on this last episode. I ain't done with you. Where them toes was crammed to the front on the pavement. You trying to keep your balance with them toes pushed all the way through on the sidewalk. I saw that shit. I got a picture of it too. I'm gonna have to show it for Dragiversary. We gonna save it for Dragiversary, but I got it. Y'all know I'm petty like that. When you be petty, when you go low, Mel said I go to hell, I go under hell. It's a place under there, okay? Oh yeah. I got the picture. Tisha in your white Easter shoes from 8 Easters ago with them toes crammed to the front. And they were ashy as hell too. You thought your ass was cute with them ashy feet. Looking like you was out there stomping in some powder. Was you working at Johnson's and Johnson's off camera? Was you the powder maker over there at Johnson's and Johnson over there stomping the powder? The baby powder, is that what you were doing off camera? Is that how you was helping the community? With them ashy ass feet. Your ass needed... Damn. You can get a BBL, bitch, but you can't buy no lotion. You can buy some, you can make some hair serum, bitch, but you can't make no lotion. Is that what we doing? That type of bullshit we on out here nowadays. Oh God. We've been in the laboratory. Me and the girls made a hair serum. You ain't made a damn thing. You ain't made a damn thing. Yo, ashy ass. Walking around with a big old donkey booty with no lotion on. Shredding up them sheets over there. Them 200 thread count sheets y'all asses sleep on over there. With all them purses hanging on the door. Y'all broke asses. All them cheap ass purses. I done told you, I ain't seen not one Coach bag. Not one Louis bag hanging on that door. Y'all broke asses. Old Fashion Nova wearing ass. Let me keep going. Oh, I'm so petty today. They worked the hell out of me today at work. I said I'm about to release the beast on their ass. I'm mad I had to stay over for work, so I'm about to take my anger out on Tisha and Fraud So. Okay? That's how I'm going to release my anger today. All right. Fraud So, Kimmy, Tisha, Carlos King all knew about the Revenge P tape. I'm about to break this down for y'all. It's something I kind of thought about and put together. They knew about this fraud tape. This P tape, okay? Revenge P tape. I'm about to break this thing down like a 57 Chevy on you. Let me tell you how I know, okay? They knew about the Revenge P video. Destiny. Remember Destiny tried to threaten Melody to tell her at the reunion? To try to shut Melody up, because Melody, Melody was on her, I don't give a fuck. She was on that attitude at the reunion. So they were feeling a little bothered, because they wanted her to be feeling away, but she wasn't feeling away. She wasn't giving them that energy. So Destiny said, what can I do to piss her off, since she don't want to be my friend no more? Okay? She almost let it slip out that she knew about and that she saw this Revenge P video. Okay? She and Martell are like this. Martell's been showing that Revenge P video to everyone. Ariane been sending it to everyone and even offered to send it to Original Straight No Chaser. Okay? Yeah, you said all that on a phone call, my ma'am. But back to Destiny. Destiny threatened to tell it about Melody being on this video in an effort to embarrass her and shut her up. But Melody was like, hey, tell it. Tell it, because Melody already knew that's a video that she did with her husband. So what am I embarrassed about for having an intimate moment with my husband? I mean, yeah, I don't want you to see me in that position, but at the end of the day, I ain't got shit to be embarrassed about because that was my husband. It wasn't some random dude that y'all just, caught me out here doing. So if you that sick that you're sitting up watching a video of me pleasing my husband, further lets me know you ain't got shit going on in your life. Hence the reason you ain't got no husband and you ain't got no man. And the man that you do have, his ass is what? On probation with a whole ankle monitor on and can't even come and see you. But you felt the whole way, Destiny, when Anthony Lofty's went up in there and filmed your house to where everybody could see that little kidney tickler in your house. So you was embarrassed by that, but you felt no type of way about trying to embarrass somebody else for getting their freak on with their husband. But you embarrassed about everybody seeing your kidney tickler. Oh, you was embarrassed by that shit. You didn't want people to know that you had the result to using a whole little toy while you ran around here in everybody else's business like you was the shit. You didn't want people to know about that, did you? I got a picture of that too. I do. It depends on what level of petty you want me to be on, though. We can save that for Dragiversary too. Y'all know I like to spill receipts then. People don't like to talk about that shit, do they? Oh, yeah, I saw it up there, girl. It was a big one. It was a big one. I said, damn. You trying to give yourself a hysterectomy up in there, girl? You ain't want to have no more kids? Destiny, you ain't want to have no more kids after using your kidney tickle, girl. That's what it was giving me. Moving on. Maurice, a.k.a. Mayonnaise Reese, is what I like to call his old beige ass. Running around here talking about it's admirable for my wife to lay up. And even if she's faking it, of course she's faking it. Your funky musky ball ass. Yes, she is faking it. I would fake it too. Kimmy got to get up there on top and look down at you. I would fake that shit too. Hopefully she closed her eyes and imagine somebody else is up in there having to look at your ass. I would. Because that's not no sight to see right there. Oh, bitch Ninja Turtle looking ass. Moving on. Maurice told Destiny, don't do it, Destiny. Don't say it, Destiny. Don't do it. Which says to me that you, sir, also knew of and probably saw the Revenge P video as well. Oh, yeah. And Kimmy, your little silent partner, that's what I'm going to call her. Because Kimmy tried to act like she's matrix to the bullshit. But she be in on it, too. Because I done saw you say a few slick comments about Mel, too. You get around certain people, Kimmy, you be trying to flex. Okay? Like you be trying to fit in with the group. 1 minute you trying to get everybody together. 1 minute you not about the bullshit. You want everybody to be on the kumbaya. But then you be talking shit. I done peeped that with you, too, Kimmy. Oh, I done peeped. I done peeped. Them type, I don't like being around that type. Like, pick one. Either you for me or you against me. Either you're going to talk shit about me or you're going to talk and speak up for me. Kimmy gives fence straddler. You get around Tisha and Stormy and them, and all of a sudden now you don't like Mel because you had a lot of negative shit to say too about the tea party. It was all right. Oh, it was more than all right because you was sipping some tea and you was eating too over there. You was filling your cheeks up over there too, ma'am. Kimmy is the silent partner to Maurice and the little clique's bullshit. She was also privy to the tape because whenever Destiny said what she said, her facial expression told it all. She was like this. Like damn sure did. I already told you I read body language. Because if you didn't know nothing about the tape, when Destiny said what she said and Maurice kept saying, don't say it, you'd have been like, don't say what? I didn't get that expression. The expression I got was, Like, damn sure did. She was in the video. She damn sure was. That's the look I got. Which further lets me know, Kimmy, you saw the tape too. How many times you reach out to Mel, as Mel has been reaching out to you since you had cancer, and she done dropped in to check on you and brought you food and took you to get massages so that you could be comfortable? How many times did you call her phone and say, hey, let me give you a heads up on what your ex-husband is trying to do to you? That's what a friend does. That is what a friend does. When you know that somebody is trying to orchestrate some effed up stuff on them, you get ahead of that by calling that said friend and say, hey, let me put a bug in your ear and let you know what's going on, so that you don't be blindsided by what is getting ready to be initiated here. That's what a friend does. But Kimmy, you didn't do that, which further lets me know that you too, ma'am, co-signed the bullshit. You either for it or you against it. There is no middle, there's no gray area. It's black or white. Tisha, Fraudso also knew about the tape because Marcel also whispered and told Destiny, don't tell it, don't say anything. What were you telling her not to say? What would Destiny not need to say that you know about? What were you telling her not to say is my question. This little clique, so Martell sat around and showed everybody in the clique this video, okay, of Melody trying to make everybody believe that it was someone else in this video as a means to destroy her and embarrass her because she did not want him anymore. Carlos King, and I'll say allegedly, I feel like he knew more than what he led on at that reunion when he sat up there and continued to ask Melody about this video that Martell then said that he had on his phone in a video. Martell said, I got it on video. How you going to sit here and say you don't? I got it in video. That should have been when Carlos King, as the executive producer and Melody's boss, cut that conversation off. Because for one, that could be a sexual harassment suit for Melody against Carlos King. You don't have the right to ask me what I do in my bedroom. What I do on that TV screen for you and your producers is what you can ask me about. You don't get to ask me what I do behind closed doors. It's none of your business whose mouth or where I put my mouth or anything else. Period. That alone can be a lawsuit for Melody. My boss cannot come up to me and ask me anything sexual, because that puts that situation into another realm of where you, sir, are out of line. You're out of line. I feel that Carlos King knew what was up according to Martell's admission to him speaking to Carlos. He said, me and Carlos talk almost every day. So I'm willing to believe that in conversation that this Revenge P video came up at some point in time to Carlos King, with Martell being as mad as he is with Melody. Because y'all know when Martell gets pissed off, he starts talking just like Ariane does. Martell is mad as hell that Mel dropped him and that his life is falling apart. He done had to move 4 times since Melody left him. He's steady watching Melody go on vacations, nice luxurious vacations, because she posts them on all her IG pages, okay? So he sits back on his fake pages, him and Ariane, and they watching Melody living her best life when he thought she was going to fail after he left and took everything. He wasn't expecting her to bounce back as quickly as she did, and is living better than she was when the two of them were together. That shit pisses him off to the highest level of pissivity. He took her furs, he took the furniture, he wouldn't let the kids get all their clothes, their toys, their beds, all that. Melody got her a house, restocked that house with more furniture than she had when she was living in the other house that she stayed in with him. Okay? Y'all see how nice her house is when she go live. That's a way nicer house than the house she and Martell stayed in. And the house that he was staying in on the show is a house he been squatting in for the longest, and they've been asking his ass to move up out of there because the house is up for sale. So he mad. Then his mama house in foreclosure, and he couldn't help her. He is mad because he is not in a position to continue to take and steal from Melody and support his lifestyle and his hoes on the side. So what other way can I get back at her than to make up this tape and say that I got something on her that I don't, because she got fans of people who love her, and just about everybody on the damn internet hates me. Martell have a lot of people that hate him. He said it in the interview with Carlos King. Oh God, they hate me. I guess I'm a millimeter now. So now you're gonna be a bandwagoner. You're gonna jump on the bandwagon, and now you want to be a millimeter. Everybody hates you. You don't have fans like Melody or people who support her. And every time you open a business and it fails, nobody is buying your stuff. Nobody is supporting you. You owe money for the book that you put out, for the children's book. You owe money for the wine thing that you put out. You still ain't paid that. You owe money to everybody, including $10 million in bankruptcy. But then you have your side chick hop her ass on social media and want to bring up Melody's when she living better than both of y'all put together. So what? It ain't $10 million. She got to pay for a car in the driveway and driving a brand new one right now, a Mercedes. She taking luxurious vacations. She got a new man, and the shit gonna really hit the fan when she get married. He really gonna lose his shit. You think he looking bad now? You think he look bad now? He looking like Knoxter drop kicked his ass 7 times in the forehead. That's how he looks. He is just that depressed and unraveling. We'll put a period there, Baron. Tisha and Frodso knew about the tape because Marcel also told Destiny, like I said, don't tell it. What would she need to not tell? If you didn't know and or was privy to the information that was given to you by Martell. Carlos King, you knew about it because you continued to grill Melody. Even though she continued to tell you she did not know what you were talking about, she wasn't privy to what Martell was talking about, that was the time for you to cut it off right there and not continue to press her on a situation that she was continuously, indirectly telling you she did not want to talk about. She was trying to tell you indirectly it ain't none of your damn business, but you had to be so nosy. I don't see you sitting on stage and talking about what you do behind closed doors, which I don't want to hear that shit anyway. I don't hear you getting on any of your podcasts talking about what you do behind closed doors, but you want to press this woman to talk about her personal business at a reunion? More people watch the reunion than they do the show. So you put her on Front Street at the expense of her feelings and everyone else for a laugh and a kiki, and they sat on stage and laughed at this girl knowing what was going on. Tisha, you sat there and sniggered as a grown woman with children. Suppose Marceau had done this to you. Would it have been funny then? But you laugh at the calamity of another woman who is going through it because you're jealous of her. And how do we know that? Because you tell her she got a dark soul. But then this season, you in her face begging her to be a part of some bullshit that you orchestrated and asking her for money. You begging her to be a part of something that you put together that we now found out is fraud because y'all didn't help the community. You didn't do anything. Shout out to Black Titanic. She did the footwork and found out they ain't do shit for the community. They rented this building in the hood, and the money that they did take up is said and alleged that they kept shit. So they ain't helped nobody in the community. They couldn't find anybody in the community that they said anything about the Blacks Expo helping them. So what happened to this money that Tisha and Frodso took up? Back to Carlos. Melody says she did not remember it, that she did not know. Carlos, y'all remember, said that I would remember if I put my mouth on someone. Melody sat silently. Martell continued to say he had the video. Okay? Melody still denied it. She still said that if it happened, I don't know. I don't remember that. Carlos continued to press her on that. Again, that was not your business. And you were out of line to do that. Melody should sue OWN as well as Kingdom Reigns Entertainment as well as Carlos King. Because you overstep boundaries in terms of speaking on it, as well as being involved in exposing Melody. And even when Martell said, like I said, he had it on video, Carlos, you still didn't back down because Martell had already had this conversation with you, and you linked up with the clique as a means to do what he wanted you to do, to help him embarrass Melody, because you too, sir, have a vendetta against Melody because you are jealous that she don't need you and Martell does. Y'all know that I said it the other day. When a person needs you, they treat you so well. But when it looks like you don't need them anymore and they can go and do what they need to do without you, that's when the bullshit occurs. Melody don't need Martell or Carlos King. Melody has her own production company. She's making her own money. If she walked away from Love and Marriage Huntsville right now, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. She has made relationships with celebrities and other people who see it for her and support her and have doors constantly opening for her. So at any time, she can leave Love and Marriage Huntsville and be okay. Not so much for the Scotts, and we already know not so much for Martell. We already know that. We already know that. Melody should sue for sexual harassment. Kingdom Reigns Entertainment need to be sued for overstepping boundaries and sexual harassment, because that was sexual harassment to continue to ask her over and over on that stage what she did with her mouth. That's her business. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jay Yeomans. Thank you, ma'am. Again, Martell admitted at that said reunion that he had the video of Melody at the reunion. So that's when it all came out. That's when it first came out about this revenge P then at the reunion, when he said there that I got it on video. He was talking about himself, but he was trying to insinuate that it was some random person that she was with, as a means to smear her reputation and not make people like her, because he was not liked. He was being held accountable for cheating and having an outside child. Carlos had just grilled him on having a baby with Ariane and disrespecting Melody, and then he turns around and this was his get back with Melody to say, oh, so you're gonna sit here and allow me to be disrespected? And that's Martell's problem. Martell feels like something that he did yesterday is just in the past and you're supposed to forgive me. That's how narcs think. Narcs think that way. Narcs like Martell, they like to sit back and play victim, and they always feel like you got to forgive them. That's how he tried to play with Melody. He did those mind games with Melody. He always told Melody that him and Ariane were done. He wasn't seeing her anymore. And then when Melody found the truth and decided she's done, she's not fooling with him no more, now all of a sudden he on his get back. Now I'm going to destroy you because you will not stay with me and allow me to continue to use you and abuse you. That's the game. And it's sick as hell. And I feel like Martell might have some CTE issues. Y'all know when people play football and they take a few hits to the head or 1-2 minutes to the head, and I say allegedly. That's what it's giving me. Because, sir, nobody in their right mind acts this damn crazy. Martell might want to go get checked out for some CTE. Because that's what it's giving me. It's giving CTE issues. You've been hitting the head. You talked about how you played football in college and high school. He thought he was going to go pro. I think you took 1 too many hits to the head there, Martell. But narcs, like I said, narcs like Martell, Marceau, and Maurice, they have to break their victims down in an effort to make them trust you before they can destroy you. And that's anyone. When a person has a motive to destroy you, they first have to get you to trust them and let your guard down. Martell wanted Melody to let her guard down. That's why he kept telling her, don't worry, I'm not seeing Ariane anymore. I blocked her. We're not doing anything. I'm focused on our marriage. I love you. You're my wife. So he was trying to get her to trust him again. When all the while, his plan was to break her down and destroy her, because he knew he could not compete, nor could he compare with the person that he chose to be his wife. He was jealous of her. He was jealous of her. Martell cannot handle being with a strong woman. He needs a weak-minded woman like Ariane, because it intimidates him to have someone strong like Melody. Strong-willed, smart. That he don't like that, because that diminishes him as a man. Martell has a lot of ego. He has a lot of ego. You have to watch individuals like that. Women and men can be that way. You have to watch people who are jealous of you in that way, to where they will stop at nothing to destroy you because they are jealous of you and what you possess inside as an individual. Martell did it. Marceau does it to Tisha. He publicly embarrasses her and plays mental games with her, which destroys her ego. Martell cannot physically destroy Melody, so he is working on her mental. Like she says, she has PTSD. He loves to hear that, because that makes him feel like he's winning. He can't physically touch her. She has security. She already talked about it. Melody got security, so Martell can't just pop up and do anything to her, and he knows that. So he does little things, and he sends the order out to destroy Melody, and the person who carries out that order are his minions. The top minion is Ariane. She's happy to do it because she's jealous of Melody. She wants to be Melody. She always wanted to be Melody and take her space, her place as the wife, which she never will. Martell will never wife Ariane because she does not possess what he left, or what Melody left, or what Melody possessed when she left him, if I can say it that way. He won't wife her. She will continue to stay around and commit crimes for him and do whatever he asks her to do, because she is chasing fame. Martell is attached to fame. Even though he's a Z-list celebrity, Z as in the last letter in the alphabet. Martell is a Z-list celebrity. He has access to what Ariane wants. That's the only reason why she announced herself, to tell everyone that she got pregnant by him in the first place. Who is happy to be a side chick? Who is that happy to be a side chick? Who is that happy? Who is that happy to be a side chick to where they're announcing that they had a baby by a married man? He's not just some random married man. He's been seen on the #1 show on OWN, a show that she wanted to be on, that she will never be on. And Carlos is not stupid enough to put her on that show because she knows things about him as well. He was like, oh, hell no. The Scots done let him know. The Scots done told Carlos too, don't you bring her on this show. Because as soon as shit go left, this girl gonna tell everything. Ariane knows where the bones are buried. You know why? Martell have pillow talked way too much with Ariane. Go back and look at all the stuff most recently when she and Melody were going back and forth. All the things that Ariane was spewing out are things that Martell told her. How would she know those things? How do you know she filed for bankruptcy? Martell. Martell is mad, and when he gets mad, he vents to Ariane, his main minion. He vents to her. He gives her ammunition to go out and destroy Melody. And he uses her because he knows that she hates Melody and that she's happy to do whatever he asks her to do. He's a Z-list celebrity. I see y'all putting it in there. Martell made Melody trust that he changed and stopped cheating. But she outsmarted him and left him. So his next motive was to destroy her and openly embarrass her. Okay? A person starting over, you got to get people to trust you and like you. Okay? We already liked her. And for the things that he did to her, women could relate to her. So that is what drew us to her like a moth to a flame. Okay? Martell didn't like that. That's why he said you should have kept our business in our household, because that made him look like the evil imp that he is. He was able to destroy her privately, but by her being on this show is what saved her. I believe in my heart of hearts, if Melody Cherie was not on the damn show, Martell would have done something to hurt her. This show, us watching her every Saturday, is what saved her in this situation with Martell, because he's a psycho. We are able to get a front row seat to this mess with Martell and Melody. If they were not on this show on OWN, he would have been able to do something to this girl. And it go we see it all the time in movies. I've seen enough Lifetime movies. Crime of passion. That's what this is. A crime of passion. When a person as unstable mentally as Martell, it's nothing for them to do something like that. He is laying awake, and you can look at him. His physical appearance is telling you that he is laying awake every night thinking about this woman in ways that he can further destroy her, when he's only self-destructing. If he can only realize it. You're only self-destructing, Martell. You are losing sleep, and it's all in your face. Staying up trying to destroy this woman when all you got to do is take your ass to bed and leave her alone. It's over. She done changed her name, which further says she has disconnected the last and final tie to you. She's already said publicly she wished she never met you. That tells you everything you need to know. I was kind of iffy about Carson in the beginning, but I started kind of doing my homework on her, and I kind of been watching. And I trust Carson and everything that she has come out and said. There's a link here. The reason why Martell and Ariana are mad at Carson, and she watches my channel, please don't be upset with me for saying this, dear, but this is truth. This is facts. I try to speak facts when I say stuff. I'm going to get a little deep on y'all here in a second. Y'all bear with me. The reason why Martell came forward and said Carson will never be on this show again, and he is upset with Carson, is because she exposed him for this video. Everything was hunky-dory and fine. They were exchanging messages on IG prior to her speaking out. A person who is narcissistic don't like to be exposed. Martell wanted Carson. Martell and Ariana's plot, and I'll say allegedly, was to be able to mess with Carson. She's his type. Martell like women that used to be in the strip club. No shade to her. She's not embarrassed by it because she's already talked about it. Carson used to be a stripper. Martell likes strippers. You saw the episode when they went to Atlanta and he whispered in the stripper's ear, she gonna have baby number 6 by him. He likes strippers. Martell low-key wanted Carson. Ariana, he used Ariana to get close to her, to befriend her, to lure her in and get them to trust. We just talked about that word. To get to trust them so that they could use her in a sexual being to temporarily put her in the triangulation, because Melody had already broke it. Follow me. Melody broke the triangulation, and they were looking for someone else to fill that spot. So Carson Blue, baby, if you're watching my channel, you were going to be the third wheel in the triangulation temporarily until Martell found someone else to permanently take that spot. Look at Carson. She has features that are similar to Ariana. When I first saw her, I said, are they sisters? No shade to you, Carson. I love Miss Carson because she speaks facts. Do y'all follow me? I thought about this thing. Carson has features that are similar to Ariana. So it's like a body double for Martell. When he saw Carson, he was mesmerized by her. But the fact that she exposed him and threw him under the bus pissed him off. So now he has a vendetta against her. And now he has gone to Carlos King and said, hey, she can no longer be on the show anymore. That's why he said in the interview with Queen Sheba, Carson will never be on the show again. He had already spoke to Carlos King to chop that block, to say nah. And whatever Martell asks Carlos, he does. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Carson, baby, you were meant to be a part of a temporary triangulation between the two of them. Y'all know what it is. That thing deep, ain't it? Can y'all swim in 8 feet? Because we about to go a little bit deeper. We about to go a little bit deeper. Oh, that thing. It's tight, but it's right, ain't it? That thing is tight, but it's right. We see you, Martell. I see what you was trying to do. You saw a beautiful woman who had all the characteristics that you like. She's a beautiful girl. And she used to dance. Martell likes that. So he used Ariana to get in her DMs. Find out who she is. Come back and report to me and tell me what you know about this girl. Because I got a plan. But what they didn't realize was that she was a little bit smarter than them. And she was not going to be a part of the bullshit. So when she opened her mouth and told Melody, the very person who they were also plotting to take down, Carson stopped the takedown. So Martell and Ariana is pissed at Carson because she stripped them of their power. She was going to be the third person to help orchestrate. Y'all get that? Boom, boom, boom. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Carson was going to be the third person to give them that extra power that they needed to perform the takedown with Melody. But she turned that thing around and went to the very source and reported to them and gave her the ammunition that she now has to go and file charges against the two of them to take them down. Melody is going to get full custody of her kids behind this because Martell cannot get custody in jail. Look at God. Ariane, your karma for coming in between a marriage and helping to orchestrate this mess. You about to lose your children and be sitting in a jail cell where you can't even be with Martell. Because your life is Martell now. Everything, every morning you wake up, from the time you open your eyes to the time you go to bed at night, you are trying to please Martell while he is pleasing everybody else because you don't know how to get out of this. Woo! Child. So that's why he's mad at Carson, because he wanted her too. She had all the attributes that he loves. I feel like God planted her in that situation to open that door to expose him. I just said it. Narcs don't like exposure. Narcs like to be in the dark like vampires. Vampires don't like the light. Vampires like to be in the dark. They operate in the dark. As soon as that light come on, they like this. They can't stand it. What does light represent? Light represents the truth. Something that Martell hates. Because every time you tell him the truth, he blow up. He act out. He go crazy. Like this when it comes to the truth. This is him. As soon as you start telling him the truth, he can't take it. Y'all saw the movie Blade? Every time that light hit those vampires, it burnt the hell out of them. That's how Martell and Ariane are. They're vampires. Demons. Woo! Good Lord. Let's keep going. Oh, I got more. Martell sends out the destroy order to his minions. All right? I'm about done, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. Martell sends out the destroy order. Ariane carries it out. Okay? He initiates it. Ariane carries it out. That's her job. That's her job. Thank you, Carson, for not being a part of this. Thank you for playing your role that you were meant to play in this. I kept saying when I saw her on this show, I said, who is this girl? Who is this girl who has no lines, who has nothing to say, but her presence alone spoke volumes? Who is this girl? Carson, we talking about Carson. Who knew that her silence spoke volumes? I kept saying, who the hell is this girl? When they first flashed, I said, I know damn well they didn't put Ariane on this damn show. When they put the camera back on her, I said, who the hell is this girl? Who's saying nothing but looking back and forth? Who knew she had that much in her? Shout out to you, Carson. I ain't got nothing against you, girl. You played your role, and when I tell you, you played it well. Okay? Moving on. Marceau, a.k.a. Fraud Saw, uses Tisha to orchestrate his mess as well and cover for him and the mess that he is means of doing as well. Him and Martell are like this. They think alike. They do things alike. The only difference is Tisha refuses to break that. She's in one too. She don't realize it. She don't know how to get out. That's why she keep asking Mel, how do you get out? How do you survive? How do you still take care of your kids? How do you still put one foot in front of the other and it not drive you crazy? That's why she looks at her in amazement when she sits down and talks to her. She look at Mel like this, with this smile, with this kind of grin on her face, because she wants to really go deeper and ask her, but she don't want Mel to be like, I told you so. I tried to tell you at the table when you tried to flip it on me and tell me about this damn BMW that I ain't give a damn about, that she ain't even got no more. Look how the Lord worked, child. You in one, Tisha. You are in one, Tisha. There's a triangle in your life, baby. Oh, it's one in there. And there's some karma that you're going to have to face for being a part of covering for the mess with Ariane, Martell, and Melody. Melody tried to befriend you. That's why I said the other day, you got to be careful who you do things to and how you do them. You have to be careful. Melody is a certain type of person that you cannot mess with. And I don't know why Ariane and Martell can't see that, because every time they try to do something to this girl, something always happens to them. Something always happens to them. When you have a certain call on your life, you cannot mess with certain people. It says it in the Bible, touch not my anointed ones. He don't play about certain people. So you have to be careful with how you handle people, how you speak on certain people, how you sneak and do things to people. You have to be very careful. Tisha and Marcel, they want to appear that everything is all right. Tisha likes to always, that's why she went out and got all this work done to her body. Go back and look at seasons 1 through 3. Tisha had a boy body. Her self-esteem was in the dumpster. It wasn't until she started getting work done on her body until her self-esteem started showing to where she started feeling like she the shit. Now she on social media replying back to people and telling them they ain't got enough money to look as good as she looks. But you don't realize that the money that you're using is money that you have defrauded people and used to get your body done so that you can get your self-esteem where you need it to be. You have no self-esteem. Marceau already done. He destroyed your self-esteem. Every day he destroys it. Publicly and privately. He'll compliment you and tell you you look good. But what you're doing to your body is still not enough for him to stay with you and respect you as his wife. He'd rather go out and see other women who have natural bodies, okay, where their butts don't be hard when he try to squeeze them, because you don't put too much Fix-A-Flat up in your ass. I know it hurt, but it's the truth. The truth hurts sometimes. All right? Yeah. It look good. But just the way he look at you. Your husband don't look at you like he wants you. But he will look in his phone at other women that send him pictures that he admire. He will do that. He will do that. Moving right along. Let's break down this clique, then I'm going to let y'all go. There's a clique that was devised in terms of this takedown when it comes to Melody Cherie Rogers. We got to put that Rogers on the end now. I'm happy to say Rogers. That feels good. All right. Let me name this clique. Destiny. Tisha. Marceau, a.k.a. Frozzo. Kimmy, the silent partner. Basement Billy. Wanda. Betty. Stormy. And Ariane. That's 9 people. Now, I went and looked up what the number 9 means. Okay? Y'all know I like to be deep. I like to get deep. There are 9 people in this clique that were supposed to be a part of this takedown for Melody Cherie Rogers. The number 9 means karma and spiritual awakening. Did y'all get that? Melody, I hope you're watching me today. The number 9 means karma and spiritual awakening. Put them two together. It fits perfect with this situation that Melody is going through. Karma for all the things that everybody involved in this situation, they will experience karma for putting their mouths in this situation and for getting in the middle of this mess and coming against her. The spiritual awakening goes for Melody because she already said this is a year of revelation. Things that she didn't even know about. Basement Billy is the other brother who was trying to see Miss Van and was mad that she didn't claim him and came on the show and tried to talk junk about her. Well, when you talk about Melody, her mother's also attached. She had her. Okay? The Bible talks about children, your children and your children's children. It starts with her mother. She birthed her. Okay? She birthed her. So when you come against her mother, or when you come against her child, she's attached to her child. She's going to protect her child. She's going to pray for her child. So there's a certain level of protection and standards that were built around Melody as well as her mother, because they also tried to pull her mother in the mess. Go back and look at the other reunion when they brought out the situation with Miss Van and Basement Billy. I ain't gonna say his name because he don't get no clout on my channel. They tried to embarrass her into admitting that she was too sleeping with him, and that y'all see the connection? They also tried to embarrass Miss Van into admitting to sleeping with Basement Billy and telling her personal business and saying that she was in hotels and all this stuff with this man. She a grown-ass woman. She don't owe nobody an explanation. And Carlos King was also in the middle of that as well. The number 9 means karma and spiritual awakening. There's karma that has already been sent out. Look at Destiny. Everything she tries to do fails. Tisha and Martell, steady getting sued. Kimmy, the Lord stricken you with cancer as a means of karma. You messing with a married man. And I don't like to say that, but I got to say what I got to say. Don't nobody get mad with me. You were messing with a married man. And you also co-signed your husband's BS. So you also have some karma attached to you as well. Wanda, you ain't even on the show making no more money. You thought you was the star of the show. Look at your life. Look at your life. When it looked like you were winning, the Lord had to rip the rug from up under you as well to bring you back down and humble you. Stormy, you've been exposed as well, where you've been running around saying you're a millionaire, but you stay in the courthouse more than the judge. And he worked there. Ariane, everything that you acquired from Melody's money through Martell, you've lost it, including your mind. You have nothing to show for except them tore out edges. You too have had to move. You too are still sitting on Section 6. You too have been stricken. She said it on her live. She can't have no more kids because she's sick. Something is going on with her. She openly admitted it. Am I happy about that? No, I'm not happy to see anyone be sick. Karma. You're a part of the 9. Karma and spiritual awakening. Keep right on. Keep right on. You bore a child out of wedlock. That's against the Bible. The Bible calls it a bastard. People don't like for me to say that. Get mad at God. Your son, he's a bit delayed. His father is delayed. His mother is also delayed. I'll say allegedly. That's your karma. That is your karma. The person that you thought you was taking away from their wife don't even really want you, but he will keep you around to use you, and he will never marry you, but he will and never claim you as well. You don't even have your daughter anymore, but you're talking about Melody's kids. Karma. Your daughter's dad had enough sense about him to go get his child up out that house with all them demons up in there. Karma. Karma. That's what it represents. So I said again, you better be careful how you do people, how you talk about people, how you participate in things that you should not participate in as a means to try to hurt somebody and bring them down. Don't be in no cliques when it comes to taking somebody down, because you could be the orchestrator of your own downfall. And that's what's going on here. Martell conjured up 9 evil spirits to come against Melody, and none of them were able to take her down. None of them. Because he didn't realize that the number 9 meant karma, which was against him, and the 9 that he orchestrated, and a spiritual awakening, which then let Melody know what they were trying to do. That's what that were. I looked it up. I said, what does the number 9 mean? It's got to be a meaning to this. Everything Everything has a meaning. Everything has a meaning. I said, let me look this up. Guide me to the right space I need to go. I looked it up. Go look up what the number 9 means. That's exactly what it means. You brought 9 people against this woman and they still couldn't make her fall. But each and every one of them falling like dominoes. Dominoes. Line them up. Line up 9 dominoes and hit that first one. All you got to do is hit Ariane. Martell is going to fall. Wanda's going to fall. Tisha's going to fall. Marceau is going to fall. Basement Billy's going to fall. Stormy, you falling. Betty, you got to lay down. Destiny, get down there. Everybody involved. Boom. Boom. Dominoes. It's a domino effect. It's a domino effect. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope y'all guys enjoyed my live. I wanted to put something together. I wanted to get a little deep on y'all so y'all can kind of see where this thing is going and what it means. That's what it means. The 9. Karma and spiritual awakening. Shout out to Carson Blue. Shout out to Melody Cherie. Shout out to all my Caramelians for joining this live today and supporting this live. I appreciate you guys. Please hit that like button if you did not. If you did not subscribe to this channel, okay, please do so. We have a lot of great content over here. We have the ability to flip it. We have the ability to flip flop. We can be funny some days. Some days we're gonna get deep. Okay? Some days we're gonna talk about some things that's gonna make you kind of open your eyes and be like, I didn't think about it that way. Okay? So thank you guys again. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please support this channel. All right? Email me if you want, caramelrell75@gmail.com. If you want to cash out me, my information is there. Please leave comments on this video. I'm interested to see how you guys feel and what you guys think about this, okay? I do read comments and I do respond, all right? Love you guys all the way that way. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow for Car Chronicles. Love you that way.